you might think that you're not playing a part in what's happening because you're defending yourself, but defending yourself is still keeping it going, because now you're playing tennis, because you're going to say something offensive, which is going to make that person defensive, and then there's a never-ending cycle. The way you stop it in totality is to just not engage. What's going on? Is the Wolf, and we are back with another episode of the Wolf Has Spoken podcast, America's fastest growing podcast. Universe's fastest growing podcast. We encourage you to get 1% better every single day in every single way. And I'm extremely excited today, as always, because again, we're home. There's no place like home. No place like home. I even made Q click his heel 3 times, and here we are. But, you know, I'm also excited to be joined by my guy, Mr. Right on Q Live.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Click the motherfucking hills, nigga. Big shout out to our sponsors, our fantasy box. Make sure y'all go shop with them. Ladies, get the products for yourself. Fellas, get the products for your ladies. We changing pH balance.
Yeah, changing the world.
Make sure you go grab my books from the wolfhasspoken.com. Grab Cheating Is Not Cheating and the Art of Accountability. If you can't type in the wolfhasspoken.com, then you can just DM me the word book or the word order, and I'll send you a link for you to be able to purchase. And if you want to put together the greatest care package ever, grab my books, The Art of Accountability and Cheating Is Not Cheating. Grab her some flowers, and make sure you grab her that good Her Fantasy box. Why? Because you changing the insides, we changing the mindset, and if she can't take care of flowers, she can't take care of you. So it's the ultimate way to know.
I learned a fun fact recently that the most popular birthdays, like the top 4 most popular birthdays, are in September. So for a birthday gift, that care package, there you go.
Yeah.
Full circle right there. You're welcome. You can have that.
Nah, it's not, because I'm trying to think it was going to be September when they hear this. So
you will. It's going to add up. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be damn near the end. Half the fucking month.
I mean, it ain't too late.
It ain't too late.
September 27th.
You foresight.
We're men.
Yeah. Use it. Use your foresight. But last episode we kind of were just like, you know, conversing, which I enjoyed and I do want to get into. But, you know, let's first, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm sorry I keep eating all the food that's when you don't eat fast when you're fast.
Yeah, you know, I'm good even with all the temptation you keep, like, you know, derail and shit like that. But, you know, we're good over here.
Didn't even notice that it was on your list. Yeah. Nigga took me to a strip club yesterday. Talking about derail. Like, no. But,
I mean,
yeah,
you know, we got to challenge each other.
Yeah. All right, cool. I had a joke, but I'm going to just laugh in my head about it. Because they're not even you. I just think, like, the sensitivity of people, I can't play around like that.
Fair.
Yeah, but
how are you?
It was gonna be like I was going to use guy. It was gonna be funny.
Oh, you was gonna take it there.
I was going to go.
3 pages got to differ. Like,
I said, all right, this not this time. But I feel good, man. I actually I just had some food, so that always helps. And ultimately, yeah, man, I've been, as I said last time, just trying to figure out ways that I'm gonna challenge myself during this fast, and just in this brief stint of just thinking. You know, I'm kind of like still landing there, just going week to week. And I was actually excited about the Zooms. The Zoom, we didn't get to talk about the Zoom. That was dope. Having a group of men on there, just like literally like vulnerable, just like we had a safe space or whatever the case may be. Huh? Yo, that was the funniest shit. A fucking woman popped up on our Zoom. Now, granted, it's not like the He-Man Woman's Hater Club, but it's just all male fast, and we have women in our community. So when we drop the link, of course, women can see it. So when we in there, we like so we had this one rule: your camera got to be on. So the camera not on, we like turn your camera on. She turned the camera on. I was like, what you doing here? She said, oh wait, this is all the men. It's all men in here. Like, you in the fucking boys' locker room. Get the fuck out. It's a barbershop.
Yeah, and you know, and you said that from the very beginning of this conversation about the community and the fast. And at first I was just like, all right, cool, whatever, it's a stipulation. But in that space, in the context of us actually having a meeting finally, it made all the sense in the world.
You're like, a woman can't be here.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that we were talking about, struggles as a father, struggles as a man, men talking about they don't got jobs, they don't got the. If a woman was in that space, A lot of men wouldn't have said nothing. Unfortunately, it is not even. I can't knock them as much as I would say. No, no. I get it, bro.
Right.
Yeah, like you don't
even add that obstacle or variable to it.
100%. It's like we don't want them judging the unfinished product. Nobody's going to put something in the oven, take it out halfway done, and say, taste this and tell me what you think, because you should expect a review that's not up to par with what your standard is for what you would want to present. So we giving the men the opportunity to incubate themselves, get themselves ready, so that when we do involve the women and bring them in, they already ready to say, yeah, I do this, I got this going on, I'm together in these areas, and I'm ready to be able to display that to the world, not feeling judged. And if you are judged, you can stand on how you're being judged, because you know that you put the work in to become who you are, and you can accept that.
For sure. And piggyback off the fast, that's something I was recently talking about in the school community, just the idea of like, some financial tips or financial insights,
yeah,
whatever.
Seen that.
Yeah, shit, I was working.
Aggressive with that message. He said, no fluff, no this, no that. What you really working on? I said, and you gonna do this from the network page? You gonna put this on the network?
That was me. That was sick.
Yeah, whatever. I know your tone.
Deflect.
Adam. I know your tone.
That was Eve. Yeah.
I'm like, Q did this. So no empathy in this message. We don't care about you giving us updates. What you really doing? I said, I'm the only one giving updates daily. Yo, this is what I'm reading today. This is what I got. Basically said, fuck you. I'm going to do it for the network page. You saw rocks and hide your hand. I know you.
But I was talking about, and it's like, I know you've been working on certain things to get your affairs in order financially. I figured
I'm not having an affair right now.
Affairs in order?
Like, no.
Are they in order that you're not having?
I mean, they're alphabetical.
Fair, yeah.
It's like, no.
But I know one of my greatest tips and things I worked on was like just really allocating every dollar. I feel that's really probably one of the most common issues that people have, where they get paid or they get some income, get a check, whatever, and it's like no plan, no intention, no strategy approach. It's like the shit just there, and then it's like that's how you start spending or do this, give this over there. Then it's like, oh shit, whatever happened to all that? But it's like every time I get paid, I try to have every dollar planned out already, so whenever it comes, it's already going there. It's already.
Can you help me?
Anytime, sir.
Because I feel like you don't finish your thought. I'm not gonna forget.
So like and I feel like everybody just needs to set like their set threshold of like walk around money.
Yeah.
It could be depending on what your lifestyle.
Wham.
Depending on what your lifestyle is, $200 to $1,000, whatever that number is, realistically with your bills and shit you got going on, your debts. That's what I need. Try to make it low, whatever the bare minimum is. That's what I need. Everything else is going somewhere else, whatever. Bills, savings, debt, investments, all that shit is going away, and it don't exist. It's already allocated. Whatever's left is either walk around in your pocket or your account. That's what it is. And I feel most times,
Uncle Sam for sure.
Huh?
Your Uncle Sam's nephew for sure.
I feel most people they really don't even like. I hear people all the time say like, "Oh shit, like I owe this for the bill. I owe that." It's like you should already know that. I don't get tism, extreme. You should know that at a month ahead or at least 2 weeks ahead. You should already know when I get paid, it's already going. There shouldn't be some surprise that, shit, I was short. I didn't know. You know how much you get paid.
Yeah.
It's the same every 2 weeks. You got a regular job, whatever. Yeah. So that shit should already be accounted for already. So I think that's a good tidbit for anybody. No matter how much money you got, allocate every dollar so you know where it's fucking going.
But when you say allocate every dollar, give them some framework or some context as to what allocating is.
Okay. So how I look at it, literally, let's say, if you get paid $1,000 and your bills, again, easy numbers, your bills is $200 and you want to save $50, whatever, it should already be accounted for that $50 going to this account for that reasons. I got a checking account for, I'm saying you should have a checking account for bills. Money's going to this for the bills. And then the rest, I only need $100, $200. That's going to be left in that one account, whatever. So literally allocate every single thing, Yeah, I feel like people understand it with bills. People know I need this for the cable bill, I need this for the light bill, I need this for the work, shit like that, whatever. But when it comes time for like just the rest of your overhead and lifestyle, coupled with your goals and trying to get levels ahead, people don't think about that. It just stops at the bills.
Yeah.
But I know, like, what would you like to save? What would you like to have by the end of the year? Yeah. What would you what are you trying to pay down? Yeah. If you got $1,000 debt, can you put $100 on there consistently every single time and allocate that off the rip? Yeah. So I feel like if we do that and kind of, cause again, people they'll go to the happy hour, they'll go buy them sneakers or
that's my money.
Exactly. Like no, like divvy that shit up even more.
Yeah. Be intentional with it.
Exactly. Be intentional with it, and then you'll get further ahead with your debts and your saving. Oh shit, I saved $1,000. I saved $10,000 just by being steadfast with that.
to your point, so that's something that I had to learn. To be an entrepreneur forever,
Right.
never having a job, never having a consistent income. Now, like, I'm getting paid $1,000 every 2 weeks or whatever a check might look like. I don't know, right? But for me, it was like, okay, I did mine in third, right? So I would do 33% towards my overhead, right? So whatever I'm making, like consistently, like not even about like if I know I at a minimum every month, I know I'm doing this based on the volume.
Right.
You know, I'm a projector as well. So I'm 33% of that allows me to be able to afford X, Y, and Z. Then the other 33% is going directly into a savings. All right, I'm saving 33%. Then the last 34% is my walking around money. Or whatever the case may be, like, all right, this is lifestyle, this is this, because at the time we invested in music and this and that. So that's kind of how I did it for a long time. I haven't been doing that more recently when I actually can be now because I actually have more predictable income. But to the point where I learned from you about just being over leveraged in certain seasons, I feel like because I started all of my snowball depth effect in the same time frame, every week I'm over leveraged, right? So I told you that, I said, yo, this one of them, fuck, shit, I'm noticing, like, I could see how a motherfucker, because I make enough, right? I want to make more. I make a good amount of money, right? And the money I make, because I'm snowballing everything at once, I see how a rich person, like, that's richer than me, could be living check to check. I'm like, how you in the NFL living check to check?
Absolutely.
Nigga, if this nigga check is, it could be $800,000 a week, but if his fucking overhead 1.2 a month, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can get like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
most people don't save.
But for me, it's like, I be trying to save, but I be like, it's pennies on a dollar considering all of the stuff that I'm getting rid of. Like, but within the next 90 days, all that shit be gone. And I was like, okay, now looking, because what I started doing now was zooming out, like, zooming out and being able to say, all right, cool. But in 2 months, I'm going to be done paying done paying this, own this, had that, everything is done. And I'm going to still have this coming in or more, right? It should be more by then. Now that's why I need you to help me allocate, because I'm already seeing in this season that, nigga, it's just what it is. Like, it's not the time to be doing shit. And I had to remind myself that I am doing something, though. I'm literally getting rid of all the little mundane, down to my old 1,300 in tickets. I gave them an 8-piece today. Huh, man, I owe y'all 500. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. I'm done with y'all. I don't want y'all ever fucking suspending nothing I got going on ever again over no money. And I could have just given the 1,300 today, but something in me was just like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving y'all the 13 today.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah, but I gave majority. I said, because I'm not doing no $50 a month payment plan.
As long as it don't change nothing. Yeah,
no, but it was $53 a month payment. I'm like, no, I'm gonna just give y'all the last 556 or whatever I owe y'all, and I'm be done with y'all. And that's how I've been chunking everything out. So once I'm done with this shit, I'm gonna be able to get back to that allocating thing of like, all right, cool. I do it in third, 33, 33, 33. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps it consistent because it's like every $10, I'm gonna put $3. Every dollar's gonna be 33 cents. So
yeah, and to your point, I'll be honest with you as well. So and also to your point about the percentage, yeah. So my rule is I always do 20%. That's where I go to, like, save for death. So, I do a percentage base as well, whatever. But to your point about, how people can be having all this money, living check to check, whatever, I realized that myself. And I said a few episodes ago where it's like, oh, yeah, like, I was making more money, but not keeping more money. So there was a problem in my system. So I had to kind of reassess shit, whatever. And I was like, so this is what they say where it's like, it's easier to make the money, but it's harder to keep it because you also was never at that position before, oftentimes. So it was like, yeah, I don't know what it's like to have more money, more things to do with it, but still trying to keep it and then possibly go further.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to get here.
Yeah.
So I know how to get rid of those debts and those bad habits. But now how do I optimize current habits and then build on it? And, we human, so we're going to increase the overhead in some capacity. Now I got to know
what I was trying to do.
Yeah, now I got to learn how to maintain this overhead. I got the last overhead.
Nigga can see the difference. Like, these niggas got haircuts. They got niggas rocking different shit. Something going on. Like, you go back to episode 1, no cut.
Hey, yo.
I mean, it's a fact, though. Nigga was really living check to check. I was living check the account to check the account. Like, every time before I make a purchase, I'm like, hold on, let me unlock this card.
Check the account.
I'm checking this account, checking that hole. Let me transfer this 40 to this card. And I be laughing because I be like, I want to get to. I don't think I'm never probably gonna get to a point where I don't check my account after spending because I think that's just a habit. But I think that's a goal.
Might be a tism for you, but I think you get to it though.
Yeah,
I think you get to it. Yeah.
What, to stop doing it?
I think so. Unless it's a tism, I'm off the tism.
I think I'm just tracking my shit, but I'll probably stop because I don't even be having to, and I just do it. Now it could be for a $17 purchase. Let me go look and see what.
Because what I do is my tism version of that is I write everything down still. So I know, because again, back to allocation. So I know, let's say I spent $1,000 on one credit card in a month from just doing shit, whatever. I know by the time I get to the end of that month, ideally I want to pay that $1,000 back.
Absolutely.
Versus like
I'm
just swiping, and then it's like, oh shit, that's the statement bill. Like, oh shit, and after that's how a lot of people do whatever. He was like, and you don't even make that much to pay that much back in 1 month type shit. So now that snowballs, carries over, interest, shit like that, whatever. So I still write everything down. Yeah. Just because, even though I could just check the card though, so same shit kind of.
It's literally the same shit. Yeah. But I'm paying my statement. I'm paying my balance down regardless. I'm not even touching that card. First of all, I got this thing, and this might help somebody. I don't know. I'm not a financial guru, so I don't give financial advice. But it's just what I do. For me, one of the things I do is like I'll wait till the statement, the bill is approaching. I pay it off. Then once it posts, I'm gonna use it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over and over again. So it's like it could be, for instance, I used to pay my rent like that. I remember me and my brother was roommates. Our rent was like $1,600. I had a fucking Capital One secure credit card of $800 at the time. So $800 was the drink. So what I would do is I would make my rent money because I'm an entrepreneur hustler at the time. Put my $800 to the side. Then the moment my credit card would due, I would put my $800 on my credit card. Then I would liquidate it and pay my rent and do the same. Every time I would just do the same thing every single one. So I was literally recycling the same $800 between keeping my credit card utilization at 1% and paying my rent. And it was like, to the credit card people, I look responsible because like, he's spending the money and he paying it back. Like, all right, cool. And for my rent, it's like, I'm paying my rent with this money. So I literally cycle that shit. And I still kind of do that, but I don't have to do it for rent and shit. I just do it like whatever the bill is. Like, all right, I'm going to pay this shit with this money. And then I'm going to put this back on the card. And then I'm going to keep doing the same shit. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't do it for consumer. I don't buy fucking sneakers and shit. Yeah. Like, I use it for shit that I use it like how y'all feel like you should use credit. I want to fucking fly here. I don't want to pay for it right now, so let me use my fucking credit card and I'll pay it back over time. Yeah. Pay myself back. I'm not about to do that with sneakers. Sneakers, it got to be a disposable purchase. I got to have the money readily available for me to go. That's why I'm mad I did it with the furniture. I'm like, why the fuck I take that couple thousand? I should have just gave them the money. And I gave them a nice bet because I spent like a couple dollars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can see how furniture can get expensive for them. If you got a big ass mansion, I'm knowing $100,000.
Multiple living rooms?
Yeah, I'm already knowing hundreds of thousands. Because I seen what I did for my space. And I'm like, all right, yeah, this shit can get expensive. But I'm like, fuck, why did I take that interest, high ass 30% interest on that fucking couple $1,000s? I'm paying it, but it's like, I ain't had to do that. If I would have just been on some shit like, all right, I don't need all this shit today. Just get a couch in a fucking bedroom set like a normal nigga. But here I am. I need an entertainment center. I need a marble table. All at once. You seen it. So you came to the crib. You like, nigga, you did this. I did that one day. All the painting, fucking that shit. I'm just like, I ain't had to do that. But that was like one of them consumer type joints that I look back on like, fuck, I should have just waited. Like, I don't do that with sneakers and shit.
So I'm gonna say the last thing about the financial shit. Yeah, so transparency time. I know we don't really believe in safe space, but I hope this is a safe space. So
I promise you that.
Yeah. So to your point about the paying the credit card thing, I actually recently for the first time in years had a credit card close on me. And I found this way actually.
Was this the one that you were talking about that you were trying to pay and you made a mistake and put $7,000?
No, so that was the last time. Oh no, that was that one. That was crazy. Yeah.
I was cracking the fuck up. Nigga, $7,000. Like, oh shit. Oh, you're not playing with that statement.
So no, it was my Apple card. No smart to Apple, whatever. I kind of feel some way about it. But so remember, this is funny how life was full circle. That's a card that me and my now wife almost broke up over because during that time she wasn't working and she was just fucking going crazy, swiping that shit. Fucking.
Maybe it was time for the Apple card to go.
It was blessing in disguise. So
how you do it?
Yeah, every time. So that's the one she had. She was she made herself an authorized user. So yeah, so wife shit. So
man, that's a crime, but she did it.
Absolutely yes. So she had like I know what I spend. I write everything down. So I know I owe. Let's say $100 every month on the same card. I got shit that's billed on there every time. $100. That month, I might have, that month she had charged some other shit on there that I wasn't aware of. So that shit might have been like $250 or $200. That's all the fucking balance was. But it carried over. I get because that joint is connected to other shit. So I get an alert from my iPhone saying like, oh yeah, Apple card isn't available. Check your card. I'm like, Apple card available. So I check it. They say your account's been closed. So pay the balance back. We figure. I'm like, no, y'all playing. Like, so I call. I'm like, yeah. So excuse me. They said the account is closed. Oh yeah, so you carried the thing over, and I'm like, yo,
I ain't like a charge card.
You mean you got to pay the balance off?
Yeah, that complete.
I wasn't aware of this. I guess I don't miss payments because I know what I'm spending type shit. So this one time I probably just lost track of what she did that fucking month, whatever. And I was used to what I had to pay. So I'm like, well, man, I never missed a payment ever since I've had the car for years now. I can pay this shit off right now, even though it's not my money. I can just pay this shit off. Ain't no big deal. Oh, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. So I had to find this article apparently they might just be doing some liquidation type shit to kind of that's their business shit, whatever. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was pissed the fuck off. I'm just like, yo, fucking wives just fucking doing shit. But then I was like, you know what, yo? One, she's not on a credit card anymore. So actually, it's a blessing in disguise. So actually, it's a win. Long-term win for sure. And two, who gives a fuck? Like, credit card always wasn't one of my go-to
and
cards.
it's closed. It's not like it's going to report derogatory, right? Because
I think it does, actually. Yeah, so it may be...
I might know somebody. I got you.
It's maybe a light hip. Also, I don't give a fuck about it, whatever. And it's like, you know what? That ain't one of my go-to cards. Yeah. They were stingy with the credit limit increases, whatever.
But I heard they was giving out a dime, though.
I never got a dime. I got that same funky-ass stack, so I got the card for years.
Like, I heard they giving out a dime now.
That's fair. Maybe because they took my shit away. So they got shit to give.
To gift stack. To more qualified users. Yeah, they're going to spend more than $100 a month.
That's fair. I done got dimes from other people in less time. Yeah. So, but that was that. But again,
maybe ain't give me my dime yet.
I don't fuck with you like that. I can put in the car. I don't got.
Please. Nigga, Amex, get me there too. My credit, I don't understand. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I got the score. Like, and then like, my profile got a credit card that's been open for years. I'm cool. Like, what, yo, what's up?
Fun fact, I will tell everybody, always do a 6-month credit limit increase.
Yeah, they got inquiries now, though.
Not all.
Yeah, but I know for Navy, like some of them now are doing internal reviews. So they got to look at it and just be like, oh, you're eligible. Whereas though before you could just call them like, yo,
gotcha,
let me get a bump.
Okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? So they kind of like switching. I can't say for every person because again, we're not
of course,
but just based on my experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely always Google say which of my cards I got several whatever. Which one's still doing soft pulls? Look for a soft pull and get some free money and use it responsibly and decently, whatever. So no financial advice though. But moving on though.
Credit card's actually funny because especially when somebody don't have the money and it's like y'all giving somebody money who don't have the money to pay you the money back.
So they can be in debt.
Crazy process.
Cycle. Yeah.
I'll get into it though.
But yeah, so switching gears, what would you say is a mistake? What do people mistake in dating? What do you say is one of the big mistakes people do make in dating? And do you want me to give you like a pathway?
Give me a pathway.
All right, cool, guys.
I'm like, nigga, I feel like we had this talk.
Yeah.
But you gotta
behind the scenes, 1%ers and pack fam. This nigga told me, yo, give me this specific line.
Remember that.
I'm a slam dunk this shit.
At the time, we had context surrounding the convo. Right now, we were just talking about finances. So I'm kind of like, it was at the moment. So you did it right. You did.
All right, fair. I take that.
It wasn't true. It's literally me saying that I'm ringing in a hint.
Guys, no problem. I totally acknowledge it. Yeah, we talking about like, remember I said, I have something that's kind of similar to that. I remember the phrase was, so the phrase I came up, we was talking about having a partner that compliments you versus complete you.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, I feel like that's oftentimes people have like that distinguish when they're looking for like a counterpart. Yeah. Like some people are like, no, I need someone to truly complete me and my partner. Some people are like, nah, I'm good. I'm a whole person. I'm good. I'm a man. I'm a grown man. I got my shit together. Did my inner work, whatever. I need you to compliment me and my lifestyle we got going on and our journey together.
What's the mistake they making dating?
I'm still looking for you to answer the question. Like you had to answer apparently.
I'm gonna keep it real. For that, I got a ton of mistakes coming. Like as far as what I view is coming to mind, but in context to what we were probably talking about,
and having found somebody that's compatible for you. Some people feel like they need to be.
I think that was probably like 2 months ago too.
It wasn't.
How long ago was this?
2 weeks tops.
It wasn't no fucking 2 weeks. Hold on, now, pie, y'all gonna get all behind the scenes shit. The funny thing is though, I have an answer, but I know for a fact that I remember I was having this conversation, so I know it's a specific fucking answer that I probably had at the moment. No, and I'm not about to just answer the question.
I got the specific dunk I practiced for the dunk contest. Yeah, I don't want to do a show. I want to do this dunk.
Cause no, I'm laughing because now I don't know how far back that I'm 2 months back in this shit. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna come back to that.
All right, cool.
Cause I'll answer just for the flow of the conversation.
Yeah, what you got?
No, I'm saying I'm come back to it because I want to actually do my dunk.
So you don't want to do the fake dunk?
I don't want to
the fake dunk.
Oh, the fake dunk. I don't know what the fuck I thought you said.
But I know with me and my wife, I definitely feel like I wasn't ever looking for a person to complete me per se. I feel like
what's crazy? You know what's funny? Because now I'm thinking about it, right? Because we never. It's funny because that's almost like a scripted moment, but we never scripted. So I think that's why us having that conversation about you asking me that, I'm like, no, it's cool. Just wait to the pie. Now I'm looking for it. It's like, nigga, I don't even need this shit. I could have just answered, but go ahead. It's just funny as shit to me. That's funny.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of times people really look for people to complete them because they recognize they haven't. I don't know whether it's a good or bad thing, to be honest, but I know people do it. Yeah. So they realize they have certain gaps or voids in themselves or certain shit they haven't figured out. So they look for, no, I need someone to have these attributes and traits.
Yeah.
To make me a better person, because we gonna be together, whole and this and that. I feel like I'm not sure if my stepdad was looking for this per se, if he thought he was incomplete, but I know he has certain gaps in certain shit he had, and my mom had those natural abilities and skills. And, oh yeah, like you can't really, because you got the money, but you can't remember to pay your bills. And you don't know, you having dumb shit cut off and this and that, whatever. You're not that organized, systematic. I got that. So cool. We can come together. Now we complete whatever. Yeah. Where me, I'll never really had those type of course, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't have certain like voids within myself that I'm looking for someone to necessarily fill. But oh yeah, like I needed that. Like no, you could just kind of be with me, be on the same type time, but different frequency possibly, so we could just be a fire unit versus like I need you to assist or build or help me with anything personally.
So you basically saying in a nutshell that like you look at it like it's one of the things where like from a complimentary standpoint, like you would rather have somebody compliment you than somebody come in and fill the void that you feel like you're lacking.
Yeah, that's how I am personally. Yeah. But how you think you are per se? When you think about your wife that's out there, she coming to you soon.
I think it all is complimentary. Like, okay. I think complimentary can be completion. Like I think that being that like if I'm fucking salt and you pepper, we compliment each other, but it could definitely be the complete season and it makes something elevate or whatever the case may be. So I look at it like. When I met when I was reading. So when you was talking to somebody, I missed probably a part or whatever where you said whatever you probably tied your knot on. But ultimately, I think that I look for a woman to compliment me, not complete me for sure. I feel like I'm already who I am. It's just like it's like accessorizing. I got my outfit together, but like, could you be the accessory on my wrist that bring the outfit together, or the sneakers, or the hat, whatever the case may be?
And you feel you always been like that? You feel you always been like that?
I don't think I've ever looked for somebody to complete me because I did too much self work. Even when I don't think I naturally think like that. I think that like just me being the type of person, I'm a team oriented person, and I always connect with people best that strengths kind of shield my weaknesses. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at that from a completion standpoint,
you can embrace your weaknesses and be like,
absolutely. Yeah. That's why I want a song with you. It's like, if you naturally into this and I'm naturally into that and it mesh, I think that it's always going to be a good tandem versus me looking at it like, I'm 80% there and you the 20 that I'm missing. Like, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, I'm 80% here, you 80% there, we 160. We over the threshold, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But, I haven't located whatever it is. So fuck that. But it's funny because I'm like, I don't even remember what we was trying to talk about. That's why we stay in our lane. Just let it be organic. So this nigga to bring the car in, park it there, and then we're going to do the Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and then niggas like, wait.
Got the ball.
Well, so how about this? So I came across this post, right? And it said, now remind me of you, because I know you like, we could be 6 months in and move in, we trying to go there type shit, right? Acceleration.
Let me get in my bag.
So somebody was like,
I'm woke now.
Some of you be 3 dates in and already cooking for a man. Please tighten up.
What are we talking about? That's an issue, though. I think that people are confusing time, the length of a bond with the strength of a bond. And it's like 3 dates in is how long? What if that was fucking 6 months? Of every day on the phone. You follow what I'm saying?
The greatest dates ever.
You follow what I'm saying? So it's like y'all thinking about people tasks being connected to how long you've been engaging with them, but you can the amount of time you spend intimately is going to tell you more than just the amount of time itself. You can go on 10 fucking pointless dates. You go on 2 fucking interesting ass dates and learn everything it is to know about somebody's history, and the only thing that unfolds in the future can only happen with time, right? So it's like, but everything that led up to that you can learn. So I feel like when people say they're not doing things by a certain time, it's like, well, don't you go in for an interview with your resume? Don't you go into fucking orientation and go into training and you figure out, they get to see how you operate in the position before they actually give you. Don't it take 90 days before you get benefits? You understand what I'm saying? No, it is like with all of these things being done, you showing your performance up front in order to be able to get the benefits. Why you think it's any different? Now, it's not like y'all fucking before 3 days, but you draw the line at cooking.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's the part that I don't understand. Women are letting their drawers down before they let their walls down. You'll let me fuck you before you let me get the
whoa. Run it back.
Women are letting their drawers down before they let their walls down. I don't get it. So you don't want to cook for me. You don't want to do none of these things that'll show me what type of woman you could be if I was to take you serious, but you're going to let me fuck. And that's just that don't make sense. I will respect it being the opposite. Look, I cook for you every day and tomorrow, but you got to work a little harder to get some of it. I can respect that because it shows the respect you have for yourself. But you draw the line at catering to me, but you going to give me head? Yeah, that process would never make sense to me. So it's like, again, you gotta enter how you want the game to go. So if you saying that you want me to commit to you and you want me to see you in a certain manner, you gotta present yourself in that manner. But if the only thing you present yourself to me in a way is sexually, and then it's becoming that, to understand that you set the stage. Because when I asked you to do other things that would have led us to a deeper interaction and a more engaged involvement, you drew the line. I ain't doing that. You're not my husband. Well, if I'm not your husband, then why we fucking? Because if anything should be held up till marriage, and I'm not saying, because again, like, we all out here having premarital sex, and I'm not condoning.
Let's just think about it, though.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is, if that's where your moral compass is leading you, then why is it leading you down the path of getting fucked, but not the path of getting fucking taken serious? And the reason it's being is because your compass is off. Like, you more afraid. You think me asking questions to get to know you is an interrogation, but you okay with letting me penetrate you. So I can't insert your mind, but I can insert your vagina. It's crazy to me. So again, ladies, y'all got to ask yourselves what you want. And I'm not telling you not to have sex. I'm saying that if that's what you into, at least be open over here as well. Like, there's no way that your legs should open farther than your mind. And I'm going to just end it there.
You good, yo? Like, you sure? Like, yeah, is he good? Like,
I need people to understand, like, that got my balls.
Like I said, the job's not finished. All right, yeah.
No, man, but yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, so, but to add even more context, maybe might get you fired up some more. Add more context to that post. So somebody said, this is why I struggle to get on board with these modern day feminists, because what exactly is the issue in making food for a man you are interested in? Take, but never give. Women give the shitty advice to other women. Do what you want in this life. They're going to call you a pick-me, sis, but I hear you. If you want to cook for someone you like, why wouldn't you?
Yo, the funny part about it is, right, I was sitting here thinking this today, and I'm like, I don't know who keeping women single more, married women or single women. And most of the time, a lot of the single women automatically get the flack because they single. It's like, of course you keeping her single. Like, you have no good advice to get this person. Mm-hmm. But I've been reading a lot of different, and I don't even read stuff online, but I've been seeing lots, even in our own comments, I'm like, there's a lot of married women telling women not to do married shit. And it's like, yo, you giving advice from inside the house. This woman is, metaphorically speaking, homeless. She don't have a man. So you telling her maybe things that you probably would have did differently or wouldn't do again, but you also stopping her from doing it the first time to even get to the predicament that you in. And I don't understand. Like, it's like, bro, I was like, that's like, men do it too, right? They'll tell a young boy, yo, don't catch a case, don't get a baby mom. But bro, you only know these things because, and this again, we're not promoting catching cases. We're not promoting having sex to have baby moms. We saying that the wisdom that you're kicking is only applicable because you have the experience to back it. So by you telling somebody who prematurely not to do certain things because of what your experience was, you prevent them from being able to have a good experience. Leaning back to the women telling women, yo, you shouldn't do that. The Bible say do that for your husband. A woman literally said, I'm not listening to nobody that's not my husband. I've been married for 8 years. Well, you shouldn't be listening to nobody that's not your husband because you've been married for 8 years. But before y'all was married, I'm pretty sure it was some sense of agreement in order for him to marry you. Because I don't think this man was going to say, I'm going to marry this woman who doesn't listen to me to get her to listen to me, because that don't make sense. That's like chasing your tail around. Why the fuck would I do that? And I think that's why, we just don't, as a man, just disregard any advice that's coming in that type of capacity when it's like, submission is not an option. It's not an option. And the way you make submission not an option is you don't make it a conversation. You show up as a man and you be a man, and they're going to fall in line. It's inevitable. But yeah, I really was, so I want to know your thoughts on that because, I feel like we talk about a lot of single women keeping women single, but I think married women are keeping them single too by sharing their experiences. Oh, girl, I would never get married. Like, it's like y'all are in predicaments y'all don't want to be in, and y'all kind of pissing in the pool too. Like, you making motherfuckers feel like, what's the point?
Right.
And it's like, one thing I'll say about the married men that I know, I've never heard I've never heard y'all complain about it as if it's not worth it. I think it's just regular marriage complaints. Like, but it's never been a thing where you gonna tell me, no, if you could not do it, bro, don't do that shit. You just like, yo, this will come with it. This is the person I'm going through it with. But on the other side, y'all receiving advice from women that's telling y'all what not to do in predicaments that y'all want to be in, and they serving in these positions and probably don't want to be there. And you know what they always say, married people want to be single, single people want to be married. So it's like I gotta find out what your temperament is to marry. Like if you ain't preaching, one entity, the Trinity and the bond and everything, and being what's the braid that they create? Like if you're not preaching that, I don't want to hear it, because you 9 times out of 10 keeping these women single too.
Yeah, I've never thought about that before, so that's definitely very fascinating. And if you remember when I got married, I was actually
Nobody remember because nobody was there.
That's fair. Okay, so Queen remembers. Yes,
I'm the dad.
So when I got married, as I recall, I actually was surprised because I didn't have no expectation about this particular thing, but I was surprised at how many people, including men, were really genuinely happy about it and like really was like it was a big deal.
Bro, your fucking favorite rapper. Second favorite.
Neither, but
I thought
respect though.
He was our homie favorite.
Yeah,
but he was happy for
and
you.
that's what I tell people that all the time. Like that
nigga was genuinely happy.
Yeah, and of all people who brand, some people brand is marriage, like that's their bag. Like his brand is.
To say what it is, it don't matter.
Jadakiss, we ran across Jadakiss randomly one night in
so
Miami.
Happy for Q.
Yeah. Now, if we ran across fucking Russell Wilson or something, all right, that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's on brand.
Right, like Jadakiss.
Yeah,
bro, like. This congrats, man.
It went from like, what's up? We out here for a show. To I was like, we down here for my homie bachelor party. Who getting married? Him. You getting married?
Yeah.
Yo, dog. He had to give him 20, 30 minutes of raw advice on how to stay together. That was dope.
And that probably started from that moment, because that probably was like an eye-opening experience. Like, so then when we were on the honeymoon, everybody we came across, a lot of all married people, basically, everybody's like, that's amazing. That's because it can go a few ways. Some people can be like, some men are going to be like, oh yeah, marriage is tough, man. It's them tough years, shit like that. Or it could be like, who gives a fuck? Y'all just got married. I knew it. It's always good in the beginning. But everybody's like, congrats, that's amazing. Stick it out. It's gonna be good, and just a lot of dope energy and wisdom, whatever. But in my subconscious, maybe because you're saying it's so normalized when we hear people just kind of putting smut on it. Because again, like, relationships are hard. People go through shit, whatever. So I'm used to niggas, at least in my experience, niggas at least just halfway been about, wives are crazy. Wives don't fucking shut the fuck up. I gotta do this. I gotta go my man cave, whatever. So I am used to that. So to your point, that probably is in the water of people not want to do it, because we all have heard somebody
100%.
being
pessimistic
about marriage.
Exactly.
Which is definitely interesting. Versus, like, you're right, the single people that aren't married, you ain't married. That's why you ain't married, this and that. But it's people that are married.
That's really pissing the water.
And my old head, he always told me.
Legitimately pissing the water.
Yeah, my old head always told me, he's like, now, to your point about why maybe someone who's married woman like that, men and women typically look at marriage differently. Of course, obviously. But one of the main things is, like, men look at marriage, now it's a journey. Now we're going. Women like, I'm married now. I did it.
Yeah.
So now
I got the ring.
Yeah, I got the ring. I did
I'm ready to retire.
I'm done. And that
Aaron Donald.
Right. So that attitude of symptoms can come out because you feel like you don't got nothing to work towards no more. Work for, you probably just where the husband's like, what?
We just getting started.
Yeah, like he would never probably be under somebody's comments talking like that, or the average husband would be like, yeah, it's just weird. Like,
dog, I'm like, y'all, I would telling somebody, and I even me saying to catch a case, baby mom probably wasn't even the reference point in comparison. Although I do feel like men often project things that men need to go through, telling them not to do, right? Don't fuck while you're young. It's like, bro, you fuck. Like, I don't like when married men try to stop single men from being single men. It's like, bro, you went through your journey and you got to the point of maturity.
Right.
Every man's process is different. Are we excusing men for being irresponsible? Absolutely not. But a man will learn on his own terms. We can try to set the stage for that. The second part about it is like you trying to project marriage onto him, and now it's like you ultra monogamous, but it's because you went through all of your phases to become that way. This little nigga 20.
Right.
Like, he ain't there yet.
Right.
You know what I'm not talking about niggas 38. I'm talking about this motherfucker's 21, 22 years old. Y'all telling them, settle down, find them. But what I will give credit to our generation is we kind of do be kind of telling the young boys, like, no, kind of like get yourself together first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the proper advice method then, or delivery system?
it depends on what the kid wants. If a kid want marriage young, then you coach them to that. Look, this is what you're up against. This is what you're giving up. This is what you're gonna be dealing with. You know, and I'm saying that this is what a married man can say to him. But if a kid just kind of like trying to figure himself out, I don't think you should try to push that on him. I think that you should try to push being responsible. Look, don't just be out here playing in girls' face. Have morals, have dignity, carry yourself a certain way, be respectful, be honest. So that way, even if you are dating multiple different women, at least you're not playing in multiple different women's face. Be a giver, don't be a taker. See, because the thing about it is the difference between givers and takers. As a giver, me having 5 women is different than a taker having 5 women. As a giver, if I have 5 women, that's 5 times the responsibility, because to some capacity I'm going to provide. Even if I'm not paying all their bills because we're not exclusive, if I'm taking you on dates, I'm paying. If you got a problem, you need to talk, I'm listening. If you need some type of resource, I'm providing it. That's times 5. Whereas though if a man is just a taker, then he got 5 chicks that's doing for him. He got 5 girls buying him sneakers, got 5 girls buying him different games and different clothes. And so it's easy for him to be able to navigate that because there's no responsibility or no give or reciprocity coming from his end, versus somebody who's actually a provider and a giver is like, I'm timing that by 5. So if you make a young boy understand, like, we're not trying to train you to be a womanizer, a taker. You're not even gonna want to give 5 girls energy, effort, attention, and money. That'll kind of lean him towards the direction of monogamy versus trying to force it on him. So that's how I would see it. If a kid not trying to be that, it's like, all right, well, just remember that 5 girls is 5 times the headaches. 5 girls is 5 chances of you getting a baby mom. 5 girls is 5 chances of, you know, you coming up with something. Like, it's different things that gets amplified when you deal with multiple women that we want you to account for. And if you can accept all of these terms, then you got to take accountability for where that end up, versus it being like, I'm gonna condemn you for being young when I was just doing the same shit as a young boy. And you know, to flip it back to what I was saying about the women with the don't do this unless it's for your husband, let them get the husband first, right? Like, I feel like dog, like, we got this rolling thing where, you know, we laughing about, you know, every woman, you know, we looking for P31s and every woman just happy to be a P31, but it really ain't too many P31 really walking around, you know what I mean? But it's like, and you know, for people that don't know the context, it's just Proverbs 31. I don't have it in depth.
Well, I mean, at least it's
Proverbs 31. So it's a rolling thing right now going on where, you know, it's like describing the submissive woman and, you know, like the woman that a man will want. So most men want a P31 and most women are calling themselves P31. So
and they're not around.
I mean, just become a P31. Like, just get in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Get in your book. Like, do what you got to do to become that. Like, you know, that's like a man calling himself a provider, but then he live at home with his mom. He don't got no job. Like, what are you providing, bro? Headaches? So it's like, you know, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So become what you say that you are. You can proclaim it, but become it. And I'm all right with that. But yeah, that's kind of the way I'll swing it to a young boy. Like, you know, I was not the kid that was fucking monogamous. I wasn't. Like, I was doing me. So understand that I'm only can even think about being monogamous now because I've said for numerous times I'm not monogamous, right? But in reality, I am monogamous because I don't cheat. I choose monogamy. But I'll just be saying that in the sense of, like, as a man, you know, we men, right? I'm naturally a hunter, but my discipline makes me monogamous. Like, I'm not monogamous because of nature. I'm monogamous because of discipline. I choose monogamy. I chose not to cheat on my girlfriends. You know, I had my first run into my first relationship, and, you know, I learned, you know what I mean? Even though I never was caught for it, God convicted me in a way that made me realize, you know what? This is not how I want to carry myself. I'm cool with that. Not even if she don't know, God know, I'm cool on that. So for me, my discipline makes me be okay with saying, you know what? I don't look to play in no girl face. I don't have to lie to you. I don't look to do nothing. If I'm single, I'm single. You'll know that. And if we exclusive, you'll know that. And I'm cool with that. Once I'm exclusive, I'm exclusive. I choose monogamy.
And I was going to land with one. It was the counter perspective of, you know, the first girl who she said, and then the pick me, and this is the other side. Majority of the time this is done, you know, cooking 3 dates in. Majority of the time this is done is to prove themselves a performance, not because a woman actually wants to do so. She just wants the points and a pat on the back to get picked. You don't need to do that. It's the same women typically find themselves in a man's house, in a man's house cleaning. Right, that's bad as well. Then it's like, hope this help. You lead with what you can give, not what you are. You over interest early, gifts, favors, and bending schedules. Why do this? Why you do this? You believe love must be earned. Solution: let people meet you without the performance.
So, Tom, that was the counter?
That was the, so the whole first half is like, majority of the time you do it because of performance, not a real act. And then she ended with that part. I thought that was actually interesting. I'm just like, okay, this is actually interesting language here, but
no, I think pick me's get picked
for sure,
or they wouldn't have a title.
Yeah.
Like, shit that's title typically be what it is. Like, a basketball player plays basketball, football player plays football.
Or are they pick me's because they're doing anything to get picked?
Pick me's get picked.
They still get picked. Fair. I got it. They got
pick me's get picked.
That's fair.
What do you, if you fucking enter the draft, you doing shit to get picked. I'm not running a 40. I'm not running a combine. I'm not doing this. I'm not showing up to my pro day workout. Okay, then your fucking draft stock will be hurt. Flat out, everybody can't skip a fucking pro day, and that's the advice that y'all giving people that's fucked up. And I'm metaphorically speaking for women. Everybody, you can't skip a pro day, so you can't skip cooking, you can't skip cleaning, you can't skip performing to earn a motherfucking love because you're not the only one that's trying to earn it. And when Drake said you're not the only one that's trying to be the only one, I think that women think that they're the only ones that got options. So you think that because you have options in your DM that might not even be qualified or quality, that a man is not having options, and then be mad at the man for exploring his options and thinking that he's playing in your face when you don't even want to show up to your pro day to get picked. You have a stigma and a negative connotation saying, oh, I don't want to be a pick-me, but pick-me's get picked. The people that show up to the combine and put the most effort in get higher drafts. You know how many people was not even supposed to go in the first and second round? They had a good fucking pro day, and next thing you know, they rise above all the top prospects. Yeah, don't think you a top prospect, but you can't be surpassed by a woman that's putting in the effort. Get okay with putting in the effort. Put the effort in because it's going to ultimately land you where you want to be. And don't listen to people that tell you not to put it. Effort don't cost you nothing. Yes, it's energy. And if it's taxing and you feel like it's leading to nothing, then don't do it. But the fact of the matter is, you should give effort at everything you're doing. Anything you sign up for, you should give effort. Why say, oh, I'm going to date you, but I'm going to cut all of this shit out until we get past this point? I would much rather you feel that way about sex. Like you cooking, I'm going cooking. We talking about you adding an extra piece of chicken to a plate. You was gonna do this shit anyway. We talking about. I'm not saying you gotta go come to my crib and clean up. I'll clean up behind myself. I don't need nobody to clean up for me. But cooking, we talking about food. We talking about like natural shit to survive. Like you're not gonna feed me, but you gonna fuck me. It's crazy. Like that yo, make it make sense.
Like you're a cook for yourself. You can just put it to the side for me.
Can't get the leftovers. Like I know you didn't. There's no way you can cook for one. There's no way to cook for one. I cook, and every time I cook, I have leftovers. Right. So I can't get the leftovers. Like, but you want me to marry you?
Can't get
look at your mindset. Look at what your mind is set on. And the thing is, women, y'all be tricking yourselves out your spot, and y'all don't even dig it. Multiple ways. Y'all listening to your friends who could be possibly, and I'm not even wanting to push this type of shit, right? But you could be listening to a friend whose perspective just don't fit the ending that you want. So that's how I'm gonna frame it. You listening to a friend whose perspective don't fit the ending you want, and you think she mean well because she her friend, but in reality, her reality don't match your reality, and she fucking up your reality by the advice that she giving you. Secondly is you thinking you don't have to give effort. Like you thinking that you could just show up and that you're not being observed. If it is performance-based, everything is performance-based. Why would I, if I can only pick one, why would I pick you to run my franchise if you don't even want to show up and perform? You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I actually got something else that I was going to say in regard to the same matter. Oh, another two things. Thinking the grass is greener. That's like me. Like, thinking the grass is greener, you think that because you have options that they could give you more than what you're currently getting, and you think it's better deals out there. And then the last one is just seeking validation. Like, some of y'all won't even show up in ways that y'all naturally want to show up because you don't want to be condemned. I literally have heard women say some real ass shit about women and say, but I can never say that because they're going to call me a pick me. What? I just almost fell in love with you. But now you saying that, I'm kind of turned off by you. Because now you let me know you don't even think for yourself because the opinion of others is ruling your decisions, which means that our relationship is going to be ran by the outside. And I'm not signing up for that. So, ladies, stop tricking yourself out your spot. And it's like, dog, like, as much as y'all want us to talk to the men about the way they tricking themselves and we do it, like, at some point we got to just get y'all the mirror and say, hun, as much makeup as you putting on in this mirror, I just want you to see yourself real quick. I want you to see yourself for what it is. Before you do all that, before you dress it up, just see yourself and be okay with that. So then when you go into the world, nothing nobody can tell you about yourself because you're okay with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I figured, because, you remember this, we had a proposed segment that we probably did one time, many episodes and moons ago that I was going to bring back as we probably land a plane here. But you was like...
Damn.
Yeah. But, you remember, you was like, yo, like, let's go through the art of accountability, read a chapter, and I'll give you a break.
You never did it, though.
I did it once. We did it once.
You read a chapter?
No, you said read the table of contents.
Oh, contents. Yeah, so you didn't read the fucking chapter.
Yeah, no.
I don't have an audio book, so I know you didn't read it.
Exactly.
What you talking about?
No shame in my game. So you ready? Throw your chapter title and give the audience a breakdown. What
Absolutely. Let's ball.
All right, that's cool. So let's go with chapter 16. Remember this?
Fuck you. Volume
17.
Oh, all right.
But chapter 16 is God is
not fuck you.
God is my seatbelt.
God is my accountability partner.
Okay. Talk to me. What, you know?
It goes back to the conviction. So when I talk about in the chapter 17, God is my seatbelt, it's if you allow God to really govern your life and be your accountability partner and understand that God knows all, you won't do things to spite people. You won't do things to deceive people because we are all God's people. You'll understand that God knows what you're doing. Another part about it is just from a standpoint of, damn, I just had it because I'm really thinking about the contents in the chapter. God is my seatbelt. God is my accountability partner. I talked a lot about the conviction and God having because that's really what it really all boils down to. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Cool. And about fearing God. So as a man, right, it's really not nothing you could do to stop me from doing what I want. Not nothing Ricky could do to stop me from doing what I want. There's no man on earth that can stop a man from doing what he want to do. And you know, because a lot of times we talk about forcing versus enforcing. Women want to force accountability instead of enforcing accountability. When they see a man enforce accountability on their friends, they don't think it's accountability because they don't understand that we would just cut a nigga the fuck off. I'm not hanging with him. He just got bad integrity. He just got poor character. He just not a good man. They think we supposed to like beat him up or something. It's like, nah, like I just not fucking with him no more. He just not my type of person. And when you think about having God as your accountability partner, it allows for you to take a step back and say, you know what? I really don't fear no man, right? But if me understand that God sees all, God knows all, and God will enforce accountability, right? It allows for me to have a fear of what could happen if I am not, you know, in alignment or, you know, obedient to whatever it is that's moral or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So for me, having God as an accountability partner is like, I don't have a person that can see everything I'm doing 24/7, but I do have God that can see everything I'm doing 24/7, which allows for me to be able to, when I'm making a decision that you might not know about, damn, I could get over on Q for this $50, you don't know. But God know. So it allows for me to not do a lot of things that my human flesh and desires might want to do. Like a lot of things that could be lustful and, you know, things that all of them different types of self-aggrandizing. Like none of my shit is self-aggrandizing because I understand who it's all for and where it all comes from, and I understand that having him as my accountability partner is an honor because it's like, damn, you love me enough to make sure I'm doing right. And I think if people understood that, you know, people get utilized in the same sense where it's like, I'd be grateful when I have people that hold me accountable, but it's like even if nobody is there, God knows. And that's pretty much the chapter. But I talked about cheating on my girl and what it did to my life. Like I literally went through a series of like, and I knew the stuff that was happening. I'm like, yo, because she had no clue. So it wasn't like she could have put the word in. Yo, big homie, he out here with the word. He out here doing some shit to behind my back. No, it wasn't that. It was one of the things where it was like my whole life was unraveling. And from that point on, I haven't cheated. And I got out the streets. I made is it a covenant when you make an agreement? I made a covenant with God. I was like, look, you get me out of this situation, you ain't got to worry about me no more. I won't do it. I haven't did it. So I even had this one time where I tried to double back. Well, like I won't get too, you know what I mean? But it wasn't that deep. It was something real simple, something real legal, but still just was not in alignment. And like that same day, all the footage from the episodes I did at the couch got lost. I said, God, you move fast. You move fast. That boy good. My conviction is so strong, it don't even allow me to do certain shit, bro. I wouldn't even say certain things. Like, and it's not fun all the time because sometimes you want to do lustful shit. I want to do irresponsible shit. I want to do things that's like, but it's like knowing that and having that moral compass to redirect me and keep me in alignment. So that chapter is really important.
So back to what I said beginning of the full circle with the episode, Ricky thing, this and that. That chapter stood out to me, God and Seatbelt. It's a lot of faith-based things circling, which is interesting to me, to me to observe.
That's how I know I have a relationship. See, that's what I'm saying. People don't have a relationship. I'm like, people can't even identify God's presence in their life. Like they'll say, like it's like it's like, do you really have a relationship? Like, can you really identify? Do you know? Like, and it's like, how do you know, right? Because if you're not really tapping in, then you really don't know when you're being spoken to or not, because it's so much chaos happening around you that you can't even decipher what's happening. You just kind of like going off what's happening in proximity, and it's like, nah, like once you kind of tap in, it gets very clear.
And to your point about, I'll chime in before we land, like to your point about being out of alignment, you know, if you remember the situation we had with that one business situation and how it fell out, whatever, and I was going to do something.
I remember, and I stopped you.
Right.
And I thought this nigga was petty. I said, he got me so triggered. We changed protocol in the fucking network. As soon as we about to get rid of somebody, before we tell them what's going on, I remember what Q was about to do. Make sure we...
Yeah, and when, you know, because first, that's how, you know, it was funny how the reason I brought it up, I was having a conversation with my dad recently, and he's in my situation, he was about to crash out about something.
You don't gotta talk to me in third person. I'm right here.
Huh? No, fair, got me. So he was talking about he about to crash out because he's about to sell his house and a nigga ran off with some bread. It was a whole thing where he got lawyers involved now. And he really had to calm himself down. Yo, I'm about to go to jail. Like, it's about to be over type shit. And he was like, yo, end of the day, that wasn't our last. It ain't breaking it. It ain't stopping it. I done made it back by now. It's cool. The process to handle itself, and that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I respect that because in the day, he like, yeah, I was grateful that it truly wasn't my last. I know P with me in situations where you thought this move was going to be that, and I'm putting it all on black.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out type shit, whatever. So I'm like, and I told him the story about that. I told Matt's story. And I was like, yeah, Dad, you know, the first deflating moment where I was kind of like, no, it is what it is. I analyze everything. I assess everything. I'm going for it. It is what it is, just off the pure principle. But I don't care if I get nothing back from it. It's the principle about it.
Yeah.
And the first thing was my wife, where she was like, nah, babe, and this and that. Then I called you, and I realized that, and similar to you, like, you know, I don't fear nobody, but I do fear me triggering myself out of my own spot, whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I've seen way too many stories, way too many situations where it's the dumbass situation, a dumbass outcome. We see news reports, whatever, and we know half the time, if not almost all the time, it's over some dumbass petty shit, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, and again, it could be something where I'm, defending myself, and then now I got to deal with a situation, whatever.
You went from the victim essentially to now becoming the abuser.
Right. And it's
like the accused, I guess.
Right. And all this over what? Something that ain't gonna be missed, something that ain't going to change my life, something so I was like, all right, when I took my ego out of it, I'm like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the variables, the possibility that can even come from this, whatever.
Absolutely.
So fine. Like, I was out of alignment.
Yeah. I guess, like, you know what? I take it for the, because nigga, we was in the same predicament, but I was like,
absolutely.
And I told you that weeks before. I didn't want to derail you and say, yo, just give up. You're like, no, I'm gonna give it the whole month, and I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm just preparing you, and I'm apologizing in advance. And I was apologize in advance because I'm already seeing like this might end up being the case. Yeah. And you was like, no, I'm gonna still go through with it.
Yeah, because I was talking about that. I'm like, the whole thing was like, I knew there was no chance of getting anything if it was halfway through.
It makes sense.
And so that's why when it all fell through.
I can see that. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, when it fell through, I wasn't even mad. The thing that tipped the scale is when, like, the audacity of it. I was like,
but the same shit happened to me. And that was the part. I'm like, it wasn't even about not getting it. It was the diminishing of it.
Sliding.
Yeah, if it would have just been like, yo, you just ain't getting it. It'd be like, all right, I don't like how you do things, but the way you gonna try to tear the situation down?
Yeah. So now I got to tear shit down too.
Q is not the one that's gonna leave his pillar standing if you knock yours down. They gonna kick that motherfucker. But damn, it was something I was finna say before we went into that. Before we landed, I probably just. Oh no, I was gonna see you crash out. I didn't know what I was gonna say because I didn't. So I just want to give y'all a tip. So one of the things that I do to not crash out, right? And this is what I really do, right? Whenever I receive a message that kind of triggers me, because people think that when you're working on yourself that you don't have moments, right? So whenever I receive a message that triggered me, what I do is I look at the message, I read it. I read the message, whatever the case may be. So when you first read it, you trigger. So I'm start typing. I'm saying exactly what I feel and I think to respond to this message. And then what I do after that is I select all, I hit cut. I paste it into my notes. And then I allow for a couple hours to go by. Then I go back. It depends on where you at in your development. You can reread the message. But if it's going to trigger you again, don't reread that message. Okay. Go just to your message and read what you were about to send 5 hours ago when you was pissed and triggered.
Oh, okay.
And see if you still want to send it. 80% of the time, 90% of the time, you either going to revise it or you're not going to send it. Because you're going to realize that you wasn't responding, you were reacting. And you were reacting from a place of emotion based on how that message made you feel. But once you get to a response standpoint, you get to ask yourself, what do I want to say to what's being said? And what message do I want to deliver and convey in my words? And then that's when you revise it. Or you be like, I'm letting you kind of stay here by yourself. I'm not saying nothing. And I can not say nothing, not because I'm trying to be avoidant or out of fear. I'm literally making an educated decision to say, you know what? You gonna stand on these words yourself.
Ain't worth my time.
I'm not even about to give you the time and energy. So if you listening and you watching this, literally, whenever you find yourself ready to crash out, and every time ain't gonna be able to give you a couple hours. I'm more efficient with it now because I've done it for so long. So now I might just need 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I come back to it. But I have to table it, go do something completely way left to get my mind off of it, come back to it with a fresh perspective and read it from outside of my triggers to be able to say, okay, this is how I want to respond, or I'm just not responding at all. And you will save so many relationships. Like, so many relationships will be saved just based on this one adjustment alone by you just not reacting, but instead responding. And if y'all look at life that way, like, don't just react to life, respond with intentionality from an educated perspective, you'll realize that so many relationships could be saved, mended. You can preserve your energy. You can just, it makes you better internally, because the thing that once triggered you don't trigger you no more. Because if I used to get triggered by a particular approach, and now I've then looked at this approach 10 times and reflected on it, it doesn't bother me no more. It's like, oh,
I know this defense.
Yeah, look at you crashing out again by yourself. Like, so, if you got a habit of just kind of like lashing out when somebody, you feel disrespected or offended, give yourself that time and space and that capacity to process, then come back to it with a response and not a reaction.
Two things. One, I remember one of my female friends years ago told me that whenever she responds to long text messages, whether they triggered or not, she puts them in her notes first and this and that. That was the most insane shit I ever heard at the time. I'm like, that though. Right. I'm like, you put in your notes and type it out. Like, yeah, I gotta look at this and that. I'm like, so I imagine she probably definitely doing on some intense and trigger conversation for sure. So that's interesting. Two.
Oh, tell me to break it down.
That boy good, man. Because one thing I give you, man, like, of course, you're a wise guy, you're a smart guy, and I know, I know I have my sense of intelligence and wisdom. I know other people like that. But one thing I will give you, and it's easy for me to give the credit and identify because I don't have it at all, is you are a teacher and a coach. Like, because what? No, I give it to you because, like,
appreciate it.
Because I don't have the bandwidth capacity, or honestly, also
the interest,
to really craft information, break it down,
make it digestible
in a digestible way. The whole respond, react, take your time, 30 minutes. Maybe you may not make that level yet. So, it may take hours versus 90 minutes. You got different degrees for your classrooms. Like, you got first grade and fifth grade. Like,
right, you gotta catch people where they at. You gotta catch people where they at, man, and take them to where they need to be. But I think that's still going. I think that's kind of like, that's one of the things that I definitely want people to take with them, because like you said, your homegirl doing it, like, it gives you what you need to be able to, and it be the minor things, bro. Like, it be like, it's like you might think that you're not playing a part in what's happening because you're defending yourself, but defending yourself is still keeping it going, because now you're playing tennis, because you're going to say something offensive, which is going to make that person defensive, and then there's a never-ending cycle. The way you stop it in totality is to just not engage. I have co-parents. I have two daughters who have to co-parent with their mothers. I had to realize, like, because a lot of me growing up felt like, oh, they're attacking me, right? And there's a lot of truth to that, right? It's just what it is. And I'm defending myself. But it wasn't until I made the decision to never interact or engage unnecessarily. Like, certain conversations can be difficult as co-parents. You gotta have, like, you ain't gonna always see things eye to eye. But some shit I'm just not even fucking responding to. And when they first had, I remember just get like, you wanna be so mature and take the house every time. Once I told myself I am not. It was 2018.
18.
I just was getting into my personal development journey. 2017. December 31st, I said I was leaving a lot of negativity in the past. I started reading, I want to say, in 2018 or 2019. I got heavy into it in 2019. But so it might have been 2019. It might have been 2018 was the development incubator. 2019 full-fledged. I'm not engaging in this shit. Like, so I don't argue with them. Like, I don't argue with them at all. If they got some type of, I will end the conversation faster than fast. I don't have nothing. We don't have no reason to argue. It's nothing to argue about. We don't have to see things the same way, but we don't have to argue. And for me, once I started to develop other ways of strategy to offset the disrespect that I was enduring, because it's like, you coming at me today, like, it might baby mom math, right? It's Monday. You called me at the register. Yo, I need $100 for these sneakers. Yo, no. Friday. Why? I didn't even prepare to spend $100 today. Oh, you never do nothing. I can never depend on you. I can never call you for nothing. I only asked you for $100. Sis, that was this week. All the other times I answered, I did it, but it's not what you done. It was you done lately, and it triggers me, right? I'm pissed. So now I'm about to run you through a list of shit I did. I'm about to dig up receipts and facts and hit you with that. You know what? You know I did it. So why am I about to react to some shit you know is bullshit? You saying whatever to get a reaction out of me, and I used to give it to you. I'm not giving it to you no more. So now I look at the message. I just said I just paid this. I did this. I did that. Copy, select all, cut, paste in the notes, read the message, come back to it, read my message. fuck am I about to sit here and explain all this for? Friday. Nothing changes. Like, I said Friday. Like nothing, bro. That's I promise you. I said Friday, and that goes to what I said last episode about men not giving a fuck. Cause how you feel about me from Monday to Friday don't matter. On Friday when I send it, everybody's happy again. So I'm sticking to that. So you watching this, you listening. Again, these are things these is frameworks that I put into practice. Like once I told myself and made that decision, I'm not arguing with y'all no more. I don't have it. I'm cool. Like I don't want to argue with my girl. I'm not arguing with you. Like, what are we arguing about? I'm not about to be the problematic one. So I don't worry about it. So if I know I'm not starting a problem, then I'm not defending or interacting with the problems.
Instigating the problem.
Yeah, I'm not, inciting it or keeping it going. It's like you on your own. So step out of the ring. Let them shadow box. Stop fighting with them.
All right, then we can land it.
Yeah, 100%. So look, man, as you already know, man, make sure y'all go shop with our sponsors, Her Fantasy Box. You know what I'm saying? And as always, man. As y'all let people know what happens, Q, we grow. And we need y'all to take this conversation, man. We don't want them to stop here. We want them to start here. And that's why we have them. Take them to your friends. Take them to your family. Take them to your baby moms, baby fathers. Take them to the kids.
Definitely baby moms.
Take them to your baby moms, sure. Absolutely. Take them to their mom. Take them to your mom. Take them to everybody that you know that can benefit from this conversation. Take it to your group chat. You know what I'm saying? And just pick a topic and give your thoughts on it. And also don't hesitate to let us know in our comments on YouTube,
love to see it.
On Instagram, whatever the case may be. We love the feedback. We appreciate the feedback. We're forever grateful. Go to the Wolf University on school platform and join the pack. And we're currently on a 90-day fast, but regardless, just join the community. The fast is for men, but the community, we have women in there that's super active, sharing their goals, kind of unintentionally being a part of the fast, even though we told them they can't. But we men, so we let them do what they want, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, man, we want y'all a part of it, and we want y'all to continuously grow as we grow 1% better every single day and every single way. We want y'all to grow 1% better every single day and every single way. And yeah, man, you already know me where y'all can find. First of all, let's start with the podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. The Wolf Network of the channel. Take me here. The Wolf Network of the channel. The Wolf Has Spoken podcast. The podcast on all audio platforms. We want y'all to get the Wolf Has Spoken podcast. Make sure y'all get me on Instagram at WolfWSC. Get the network at wolfnetwork.WSC. Where can they find this guy right here?
Ryan Q Live, as in the right side, on QE Live.
And then y'all can always know y'all can go find my guy Ricky B. Philly at Ricky B. Philly. You know what I'm saying? I think his books might be opening up soon. Not yet, but soon enough.
Yeah.
I don't know, depending on how involved he is with the church and everything. He got a lot of things going on right now. But in fact, what's the thing? What's the name of your event? Coded for Connection. Every first Friday of the month, Coded for Connection. Get with Ricky B. Philly for that.
That only.
Nothing else. Yeah. He's not even good at this shit. Yeah. It's like, no. We were only working with the best. But again, man, make sure to go shop with our sponsors, Her Fantasy Box. And as always, until next time, man, Wolf Has Spoken. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.